Gentlemen and ladies, we are back on the road again. We do an excellent job here. Mr. Peter Obi, he came in to Benin day before yesterday, attended the funeral of the vigil mass. That's Mr. Peter Obi, please turn the camera. Please back to me. He attended the vigil mass of the bishop, and yesterday attended the funeral mass of the bishop. As soon as we were done with that, we got on the road from Benin City. Okay, sir. When we departed the funeral mass, we headed to Enugu State, where Mr. Peter Obi met with nearly 1,000 persons battling different stages of kidney challenges. That qualifies as one of the most depressing sights that you can ever experience. You would see people firsthand who are dealing with things that you can only imagine. I know sometimes journeys like these are some of the motivation that some of us have. It's what motivates us to every morning wake up, get on the road, and try to find a way to have appropriate leadership for this country. A leadership that is responsible, that is responsive, that is decent. A leadership that understands essentially that governance is for the people, especially democratic governance. Any form of governance, if you let it be monarchy, it has to be about the people. The moment you deduct the people from the equation of governance, there is no governance whatsoever. There's no governance. So I am using this opportunity again to appeal to young Nigerians. This is essentially my constituency. Young Nigerians who still think this is some sort of a joke. This is not a joke. This is a fight for our lives. This is a fight for everything we believe in. This is a fight for liberating ourselves from the confusion that is pervasive in our democratic space. You know, people just behave like there's not much thinking going on around here. And I pray that eventually we will have victory. The Nigerian people will win. We, as a matter of policy, have decided to remain on the issues. And what are the issues? We must pull people out of poverty. We must invest. Government must invest in education. Government must invest in health. Government must invest in infrastructure. Government must take care of those who cannot take care of themselves. I mean, two things yesterday stood out for me. There's a person in St. Paul's Catholic Church. I also saw him in Holy Cross Cathedral in Benin. A young man who is physically challenged, not necessarily physically, who what you can call maybe has a Down syndrome. And as soon as he recognized Mr. Peter Obi, went there and just hugged him. And you know, some of us try to stop him, try to be overzealous. He will just use one eye to look at you, know that it's not joking. It means that you should leave the guy to assess him. And you know, in the course of our conversation in the car yesterday, that conversation came up because I was in his vehicle yesterday, and that conversation came up. Everybody is running away from this person, but this is the person that wants to hug you, and you are so happy. You didn't hug any other person. It's not in your nature to start hugging people per se. And he remarked that you see, that is the kind of person you actually need to give the most attention, because that is the person who cannot take care of himself. If you're looking for employment, if I am looking for employment and that gentleman is looking for employment, they'll probably consider me first, because in their own estimation, maybe he's challenged. If I am looking for accommodation, he is looking for accommodation, they'll consider him first. Those who are in church, you know the person I'm talking about, so I don't need to go into too much details. And for your listening, you can add 1 + 1 together and figure it out. Now, and then he made those remarks. Again, when we got to Park Lane Hospital, Enugu, he also remarked when we had left that place that Nigeria today has nearly 25 million persons who are battling various stages of kidney issues, but there are only about 500 dialysis machines in the whole of the country, 200 kidney centers in the whole of the country. Grossly inadequate. And if you stretch that further, Nigeria needs about 5,000 dialysis machine to be able to service the number of persons having this challenge. And then you go back. I'm not an expert in kidney health. I don't pretend to be. Renal health, that's what they call it. I don't pretend to be, but there is a major crisis of kidney problems in Nigeria. And the question comes, why so? From my layman's mentality and thinking, I want to ask what the EFCC is doing about fake drugs and fake consumables and all of those other things that potentially can cause harm to our kidneys. I mean, you know, there's hardly anything you buy these days. You go to the club, you go to a bar, you go to anywhere, you cannot trust what you are drinking to be genuine, or what you are eating to be genuine. And we must eat, we must drink, we must, you know, have some of these things. So I hope that government begins to think a bit differently about what is going on in our country. Back on the road, I cannot tell you where we are headed, but at the end of today's trip, I'll still come back and give you the update. Have a beautiful day today. We're on the road. Thank you and God bless all of you. And then don't mind these things. They are not things actually. They are oil perfume. I don't have enough time to change the cloth. And in any case, we are going to the field. So our aesthetics is not such a big consideration around here. Thank you and God bless all of you.
Yeah, he's your classmate.
You know, he says he hugged me. You know, say a long time.
Remember, I said
In CKC.
What's your name?
Eh?
What's your name, sir?
Frank Okosi.
Okay. So, then in the school, who is here? You know, like, can you tell me a little bit?
Is it?
A little bit about him.
About him?
Yeah,
about Peter?
Yeah, when he was in school.
Peter is an enigma. Yeah, because while we were in school, you know, Peter was ahead of us because he was already into business. Even as when we were in class 3, you know, Peter was already.
School, he was a trader.
He was a trader now. And we're in boarding house. He would go to Lagos, buy things, you know, these second-hand clothes. He would buy second-hand clothes.
Wow.
Then he would call me and a few friends. We would go to their house behind the school, sort things out.
It's not a mistake when he is called a wealth creator.
Peter is not saying, when people say things, they don't know him. From secondary school, I'm saying about class 3.
What do you have to say about his inspiration for president?
That's what I'm saying.
It's
People
only
do not
what
know.
Nigeria wants. Yeah? It's only what the country wants.
Somebody who started early, who knows his mission. You understand?
He's the most refined Nigerian. A man of substance, a man with the truth, a man that has accountability. All of us stand by him. We are all of us.
It's gone beyond that because there are some people that are born and they already know what they will become. Peter is in that mode. He's in that mode, you know.
We are full soldiers anywhere.
With him, Nigeria is possible.
Very, very possible. Things will work fantastically well in this country. We are strongly behind it. It's a movement. It's a massive movement. We're in the church, we are saying it. I'm a knight, so I know what I'm talking about. I'm so passionate about it.
In a country where you need very urgently healthcare facility, two things separate country from being classified as a developing country that is growing and the one that is collapsed. And those two things are just health and education. A foundation of health care is the human capital that drives it. And that human capital, the basis, you. Today, all over the world, by the year 2030, the world will have shortage of nurses, healthcare workers. Yesterday, I was in Pakistan, my father said, to see over nearly 1,000 people who have kidney problems. And nobody cares for them. And when the politicians are busy jumping up and down, wasting the resources of the country, using it to build houses, using it to buy houses all over the world, doing things we don't need, as if God created only us. We are striving hard to have a compassionate society where people care for other people. This ought to be a teaching of. How do you go from here to Enugu for your clinic? It shouldn't be. This is a teaching hospital. There should be medical schools here. Hospitals are converted to medical schools. These schools should be a degree awarding institution. There's so many things that can happen. Because we need more doctors, we need more people to be trained. So there's a lot to happen. So when people are saying, oh, what more can we do? became governor of Anambra State, not single or school of midwifery, because we invested in it. So those who are doing nursing now in Iyenu don't have to go to Enugu. Those who are doing it in Boromio don't have to go to, they learn it there. So this place is now the same thing.
This is the Critical Lens Africa, where we go beyond the headlines to examine the records, the character, and the evidence behind every story. You have just heard testimonies from someone following Peter Obi today, a schoolmate who knew him long before politics, and Obi himself speaking about investment in humanity. So, why do they follow Peter Obi? First, compassion backed by action. After attending Archbishop Augustine Obiora Akubeze's funeral in Edo State, Obi traveled to Enugu to meet nearly 1,000 Nigerians battling kidney disease. He went to see their suffering and support the effort to help them. Second, tireless service. Within a demanding schedule, he moved from a funeral in Edo to kidney patients in Enugu and then to a nursing institution. His supporters say they are not following speeches alone, they are following the actions they repeatedly see. Third, consistency of character. Frank Okosi, his former schoolmate at Christ the King College, Onitsha, said that Obi was already traveling to Lagos, buying second-hand clothes and reselling them while still in school. The discipline, enterprise, and wealth creation instinct people see today did not begin when he entered politics. Fourth, investment in people. At the nursing school, Obi connected the training of healthcare workers to the survival of mothers, children, and society. His message was simple: investment in healthcare is investment in humanity. And this is where Nigerians must think deeply. What is the value of a telephone, a sachet of rice, or a small election time gift in a country without dependable hospitals, industries, jobs, or quality schools? Some politicians misuse public resources, abandon the people, and return during elections with rice, phones, and cash. They offer citizens peanuts from the same public wealth that should have built hospitals, schools, roads, and industries. Meanwhile, many Nigerians travel abroad searching for the functioning society that our own resources could have created here. Our young people sell land and properties to finance journeys abroad. Our students now leave Nigeria to study in neighboring countries, while political leaders educate their own children overseas and invest outside the country. But Nigeria has the human talent and resources to become the country our people are running abroad to find. Unlike those waiting for election season to distribute gifts, Peter Obi is making these interventions while outside public office. He is supporting healthcare and education without controlling a government budget. This is not an argument that he should never be questioned. Every politician must be scrutinized. But consistency and verifiable actions must also count for something. Nigerian youths, this is the time to wake up. Speak to your parents, friends, and communities. Do not exchange another 4 years of your future for rice, cash, or a telephone. A telephone cannot replace a functioning hospital. Rice will finish, but the consequences of a bad government will remain. Let us choose leaders who will invest our resources in people, industries, education, and healthcare, not leaders who impoverish us and return with peanuts to purchase our votes. What do you think? Are these reasons strong enough to earn your confidence? Tell us in the comments. Please subscribe to the Critical Lens Africa. It costs you nothing, but your subscription encourages us and helps this channel continue bringing you the deeper stories behind the headlines. And please, do not keep this video to yourself. Share it massively with your family, friends, and every Nigerian who desires a better country. Every share helps this message reach more people, encourages Nigerians to question those in authority, and reminds voters that our future must never again be exchanged for rice, cash, telephones, or other election time gifts. The more Nigerians begin to think critically, demand accountability, and vote wisely, the closer we move towards building the functional country we all desire. Subscribe, turn on your notifications, and share this message. This is the Critical Lens Africa, where we go beyond the headlines, examine the evidence, and reveal the deeper story behind the news.